What is up, y'all?
Hey!
Welcome back. This is Michael.
This is Olivia.
We are back for the latest episode of Lipstick in the Tea, the podcast. We are so excited. We have decided to tell everybody a nice, beautiful story about how Olivia and Michael met.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing is Michael is this 46-year-old Samoan woman.
It's Mexican.
Oh, sorry. And, you know, me, like, I'm 30. It's like, how the fuck did we meet? How did we become friends? Like, people, like, I don't think a lot of people know, like, the history of, like, Michael and Olivia.
And it's crazy because if you really think about it, we have had, like, 7 lifetimes in the short amount of time that we've known each other.
God, yeah. Seriously.
We have tons of stories. We have been in 2 movies together.
Yeah.
Which we are going to talk about very shortly. And then we pretty much made one of the most terrifying yet funniest experiences ever in my life involves Olivia.
Oh, God. Yeah.
We're going to tell you the tale of Woodland Park. But before that, why don't you give them a brief history of how we originally met?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I met Michael when I think I was 22. It was 22 or 23. Yeah, so it's been over 7 years now.
Yeah, it was 2010.
Oh my God, even longer. Okay.
Yep.
And Michael had been working in cosmetics for a long time. He was working for a beauty retailer. And at this time, I was working at a coffee shop.
Yep, I remember that.
There was this manager that came through every day. Beautiful. Brandy, you're still beautiful.
She aight.
Yeah, she always had like the best makeup. And
hair.
Sometimes hair, everything, just covered in fucking glitter. I'm like, who is this fairy
Yeah.
coming through, this magical fairy coming through the drive-thru every day? And then after a while, I was like, I want to be on her good side.
Yep.
I'm like, your coffee's for free, bitch.
And that's hard to do with Brandy, if anybody's ever met Brandy.
So I was like, hook her up with some free coffee. And then finally I was like, bitch, where do you work? What do you do? So she was telling me about this. You know, she worked in a cosmetics store that I'd never heard of. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, but I like you and I want to work for you. And she was like, bitch, you're hired on the spot. And I was like, okay. And then when I first walked in to kind of like get a feel for everything and kind of meet everybody and kind of check out the store, then there was Michael. Michael was kind of a, like, I don't know.
Say it like you mean it. I don't remember the
you
first time.
You were a stuck-up motherfucker, okay? Like
me? No way.
I was just like, ooh, who is he? You know, as Michael would be like, you know, just like bougie, uppity, like, who are you? On my turf.
Yeah, because it was so funny because I have, like everybody knows I've been in cosmetics forever, and I started at this retailer in 2007, and Brandy was the one who hired me. She had people applying from other states. The applications were massive. So the fact that she chose me as one of her opening team, I was just like, oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so, of course, I automatically always thought I was the best. And then when I got to this elite group, I thought I was even better than the best. So when Olivia showed up the first day, I don't even remember. That's how beneath me she was. I'm just kidding. So the first memory I have of you in store is like you were this beautiful, lively, little tiny thing with all this big hair. Not much has changed. And I knew that you had worked for the coffee company. So the first thing I go up to her, I tell her very snotty and very...
super snotty.
I went, so the whole coffee thing, I don't get it. And let's pause. If I would have said that to somebody... They would have just been like, oh my God, just they always wanted to impress me, wanting me to like them. This little thing looked at me straight, dead smack in the face and said, I'm sorry about that. What do you want me to do about it? Basically. Like, she didn't.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, she was like, and? I was like, oh, I could like her. I could automatically like this bitch because she already had the balls to be like, listen, I don't know who you are, but you are not going to fucking overshadow me in any which way, shape, or form. And I loved that because I had so many people over the years that just want me to be, they want me to be their friend. And so they try to impress me and everything, I hear it all the time. So this is the first one in that store, especially out of the newbies, who was like, okay, whatever. And I automatically liked her.
Yes. It's crazy. Then, like, fast forward, I'm starting to get seasoned. We're working together. We're making each other laugh. One day, I remember, I worked a double shift. I worked almost 8 hours at the coffee company, and then I had 30 minutes to get to the fucking next job and work like another at least 5 to 8 hours. And I was like, oh, shit. So my day starts at like 5:30 in the morning, and I'm coming home at like 10 p.m. So, I had long days. And one day, I'm like telling Michael, I remember something serious. I was like, Michael was asking about something, and I remember like being like, oh, this is what's going on in my life right now, blah, 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 blah. And Michael's looking at me, he's like, okay. And then after I'm done talking, he goes, your hair is a mess. My hair is a mess. After all that shit, and I was so embarrassed. I was like, I cannot believe it. But at the same time, I'm like, Michael, thank you. I have been running around all day looking like shit, looking like a troll.
And nobody fucking told
like
you.
Like a 90s troll.
I vaguely remember that. I'm like, girl, all I hear is blah, blah, blah. And I'm looking at this mess that's going on top of his head. Girl,
my hair was dirty.
We got to do better.
Like shit. Oh my god.
But I think that's one of the pinnacle points when we could determine that we could trust each other and be honest with each other. And so Olivia ended up transferring to another location with the company, and we were no longer working together. And it seems like I didn't see you for years.
Yeah, at least maybe 4 years.
Yeah, so in this time, I'm not going to lie, I stayed stagnant in my role in the same location. Because, like we were talking about last week, everybody's afraid of changing and starting something new. But
when you're comfortable, it feels safe.
Yes, and Olivia is over here literally becoming this mega rock star at this new location. She became she became a head class facilitator. She was training, and when I got to finally see Olivia again, I could not believe how, oh my god, you were not only more magnetic, but just the way you talked to people, the way you taught, the way you explained things was oh my god. I tell her all the time, I could listen to you for days just explaining, teaching. It was fabulous.
Thanks.
Yeah, so...
And then, don't forget, my makeup skills, for myself, was definitely different, right? When I first started in cosmetics, I thought I knew some shit. I really did. How does a bitch wear a shit ton of eyeliner and no mascara?
I'm still thinking about that one.
Sometimes I would forget mascara, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Looking like E.T. Not looking cute at all. I would just buy some. I would not take care of my skin. My skin looked like shit, so my makeup looked all shitty. Dry patches everywhere, oily.
And it's crazy because you look at old pictures and you're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
But at that time, I was that bitch because I was like, ooh, eyeshadow, yes. I love me some gray-ass colors. And I'm like, ugh. I look at myself before and I'm like, ugh, I was a mess.
But look what happened, and look at your look now. It's almost perfection.
It is.
Yeah, because and when I say almost, it's because we always are growing.
Yes, exactly.
So me and Olivia, since then we have, no joke, we have been in 2 movies together.
Oh my god. Mm-hmm.
One of them, I had some really good scenes in it. I had no idea. I've never been on a movie set. And the director comes up to me and he goes, hey, so I heard you're pretty seasoned. I'm like, okay, sure, yeah. So do you remember this? And he told me to write these lines really fast, and I played a bartender. And I got a standing ovation for my performance.
Yes. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. So I'm going to go a backstory.
Okay.
So Michael and I have always been interested in film and movies, and we were like, what the fuck? We're pretty silly. We're pretty funny. like that. Something anybody can fucking pursue because,
there are no age limits.
Yeah, there are no age limits. There are no look limits. Things like
because
that.
there
Even
are
for an
roles for
extra
everything.
role.
It's crazy.
Exactly. So we started like looking into it and we're like, okay, maybe this is something that we could like try out, right? So we had a friend, like, her name is Sarah Ann. Hi, Sarah Ann.
What's up, Sarah?
At this time, like, she was hustling a lot, like, doing a lot of, like, movie set makeup and stuff like that to get under her belt. And, she was like, hey, I'm doing this, this short film for, like, Colorado School of Film. They need some fucking people.
Yep.
We're like, hell yeah, we'll do it. It's fun. Like, we love it.
Yeah, and then we were just supposed to be extras.
We're supposed to be extras. So then Sarah Ann tells us, she's like, so it's about, like a stripper. And we're like, oh, okay.
Okay.
They're like, but they just
like strippers. They're people too.
They're cute people.
Yes.
Some. And just kidding. All of you are. And she was like, yeah, but they don't need strippers. They need like bartender people and people working. And I'm like, okay, cool. I just got my cute bob. Remember, I had like a cute short ass bob, super cute. My body was snatched at the time. Oh my god! So we go up this morning. We go up.
You and Jamie.
Jamie. Yeah. So
What's up,
we
Jamie?
go up. Okay, number one, bad mistake. I had some Korean spicy pork the night before. Remember, Michael? I was like, Michael,
yes,
I need to take a shit. We need to stop right now. I almost shit my pants.
She's wearing these hot pants, and they literally go so far up, and then this little half shirt, and all I can think about is this girl just took a shit, and she's like, Michael.
I literally ran into like this like hotel or whatever it was, and I begged the dude. I was like, dude, I need to use the bathroom
because they were
right
gonna
now.
let you use it.
He was like, you have to be staying here, and I was like, dude, I'm not fucking around.
No.
He was like, okay, fine, but I'm like looking like this stripper hoe.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, whatever.
Oh my god,
But after that, then I looked really cute because I wasn't like.
Yeah, you and Jamie were literally the most beautiful girls there out of the dancers or strippers that were acting like dancers and strippers. And so the lead actress, she was cool. The set was unbelievable. It was actually this cafe.
Yeah, that they turned into a strip club. It was really cool.
I played the bartender, their dancers, and it was...
No, okay. I was told I was going to be like a cocktail waitress.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's right.
Then they see me and Jamie and they're like, oh, can you guys be dancers? And I was like, am I going to get any lines? Nope. But can you be topless? I said, am I going to get money? Nope. Then no, motherfucker. He asked us like 20 times. And every single time we'd be like, nope.
The more they said no, the farther they got pushed into the background.
Yep.
So I think some of the the fog from the fog machine had more screen time than them too.
We're like, you know what? Fuck him.
Yep.
Whatever.
And then so this is going on. I'm over here doing these scenes, making up all these fucking lines that I just came up with, and they're clapping. They're like, oh my god, it's the best. They have me doing overdubs. I had a blast, but these two girls at the same time are like, we ain't got no screen time because we're not showing our boobs.
We're not showing our titties. We're not doing anything. So we're like, okay. We got free food. And the experience I would not take away for anything. Yes.
It was a blast. So then we ended up doing a second one where me and Olivia show up. We are just regular extras. Mm-hmm. We end up... And there are people that have been waiting for hours. Some of them have agents. They have portfolios that are thicker than you could ever imagine.
Like, what the fuck?
We literally walk in just in regular clothes, full hair and makeup, obviously. We are there for less than 30 minutes, and they point to me and they're like, "You, let's go." I was like, "What?" Well, Olivia got picked too. And at first I was like, God, there must be buzz on the streets how good we are.
Oh my God.
It's because I was short and they needed short people in the front. So this other movie, I am clearly in a lot of scenes. I do not have any lines, but you can see me obviously because I'm wearing this thick ass diamond pimp chain. these eyebrows, and my hair's still black at the time.
Yeah.
My hair's black and it looks
God,
like a pompadour. But yeah, I learned so much from those experiences. It was just amazing how they tear down a set, they put it back up. It was unbelievable. So at this point, we already have this acting bug in our soul, in our blood, and me and Olivia are ready to do this.
But before that, we had an experience where we were like, what the fuck? Remember? Because Woodland Park was before all of this.
Oh, but you know what? Olivia, the memory still gets really cloudy because of what happened. So I did forget that. Because the experience, I can never forget. So, oh Lord, how do we start? And people,
Get ready for this shit.
Get ready for this. I couldn't make this up if I fucking tried.
Oh my God.
So, Olivia calls me one day and she goes, listen, Michael. She goes, we have to go to this audition. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, what is it? What do we need to do? And she basically says it's in Woodland Park. She goes, they're auditioning for...
a pilot for a web series.
Yeah, a pilot for a web series. And I said, you know what, girl? I'm in. Let's do it. And so... And
it wasn't like it was posted on Craigslist. It wasn't posted on anything shady. It was posted on, like, the actual, like, Colorado's, like, Film
Institute
Film org.
website.
Yeah. And that's where, like, people who are, like, in film school or like, people that, like, need extras for certain things.
Yes.
They post, like, movies that are coming, movies that are this, like directors that are coming, blah, 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 blah. So there was one in Woodland Park for this pilot, and it was like, oh shit, okay, let's read more into it. So the more that we read into it, we're like, oh shit, okay, it's a 2-day audition, maybe we can go one day. We're waiting, like we saw this shit like in like November, and it was like in January.
Yep.
So we're like talking about it more, and we're like getting kind of excited and kind of like what the fuck. But then like me and Michael were like, let's just dig into it. So who's this guy that's like posted this thing? We find him on Facebook, and Michael's like, Olivia, I don't think this is legit. Like, why? This kid, I think he's in high school.
I said, he looks like he's 12, and I'm like, and he just, he doesn't look seasoned at all, and she's like, Michael, we got to give it a chance. This is on this website.
I was like, oh, it's like on a fucking legit platform. And I was like, let's look into it more. And we're like, okay. So, and then we look at like the more details, and it's like, okay, auditions are at Woodland Park High School. Like, okay.
Okay. And then, so I'm like, oh my God, is this for a school play? And then again, it's always in the back of the mind. In the back of our mind, don't forget, Michael, it was on this official Film Institute website.
He put on like all this shit, like there was so much detail and like what they were looking for, who they were looking for, if it was paid, if it was not paid, this and that and that. And I was like, maybe that's the only place they could fucking like get to, host the auditions, things like that.
Yes, and then didn't you call and actually ask why is it being held in the high school? And didn't they tell you it's because it's a place they don't have to pay for it?
Yeah, we emailed.
Yes, we emailed.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy emails her back, and he's very professional, and he tells her this is the best way we can cut costs.
Yes,
for the film
to cut costs.
And
absolutely.
So that's why we're. It's not a high school production. Has nothing to do with the high school. So that's why we are doing it in the auditorium or the drama department, wherever it was.
Whatever the fuck it was.
I'm like, okay, Olivia, let's do it. So the day of, we're getting ready. And I'm already having cold feet. I'm like, Olivia, I don't know. No. We are both nervous.
We're both nervous. We're like, oh, shit.
We're nervous
like,
as hell.
What is this? We pull up to this fucking high school. There's kids there. And
everywhere.
we're like,
and here I am.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I'm in full makeup. I clean makeup. But you know how my hair, and if you ever see me in person and you're not used to seeing somebody like me, it could be kind of a shock to anybody. But imagine the fright, the social anxiety. And you know how kids are these days with their phones and the Twitter and all that shit? They see us, these grown adults, walking around like we don't know where the fuck we're going. So I already had that in the back of my head too. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to just be staring at us. What are we doing? And then Olivia goes, Michael, listen, we are taking our plunge. We are doing it.
We're already here.
We're already
Let's
here.
Let's just fucking see what it is. Blah, blah, blah,
So
blah.
we actually,
we get inside the school and there's like signs. Auditions this way. Oh shit.
Oh shit, this is
and
legit.
There's this old guy that's with us. Is Charlie, right?
Charlie.
This guy is like in his either 60s. This guy's like in his 60s. This motherfucker is a thespian from like hours away.
He was gay? That was a woman?
Thespian!
Oh.
You fucker.
Whoops. I thought you said lesbian. No. So there was just a handful of... There was only me, you, and him.
Yeah, Charlie, because remember, we had to be let in. So,
yes.
if anybody else came, like, the doors were fucking locked.
So we were figuring, and it was just us three, and so Olivia was like, well, you know what? I bet you anything that all the other people that are auditioning, they couldn't get in. So they just left.
Yeah, they could. And we were like, oh, it's fucking 2 days. Maybe some people are going the next day, whatever. I don't...
Yeah. So we don't know what the heck's going on. So we are told to, we're asking for the student, and everybody tells us to go to the drama room.
Yeah.
It's like this back room. It's like a little art, and then
these kids are like building sets, looking at us like, what the
heck?
Fuck?
So you see me and Olivia, and then this
old guy,
old man, who, by the way, Charlie has been in many films. He's been in commercials. He's done voiceovers.
He's done all this shit.
Yes,
all this experience.
He's one of those guys that has his whole resume ready. He has a portfolio, and of course, me and Olivia just come in walking in with McDonald's breath. Do you remember that? We stopped at McDonald's.
Yeah, we got McDonald's.
Yeah. So anyway, we're talking to this guy Charlie, and he goes, "I drove 4 hours to be here," and we're like, "What?" Because he didn't live here.
Yeah, he drove hours.
He drove hours
to get here.
To get to this audition. So we're just like, what? We're just sitting here waiting. I'm like, Olivia, what is going on?
Then the kid comes out and he was like, oh my God, thank you guys so much for being here, blah, blah, blah. He's handing out...
scripts.
Yeah, he's handing out the scripts, like the
characters,
the cast, like descriptions, things like that. He was like, read it over, see what you what you feel you relate to, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then like the drama teacher is like looking at us like, okay, what's going on? What's going on?
And then the first thing I remember Olivia going, all these girl characters are white. I'm gonna change them all to black.
No, but I did make a comment. I was like, all of these descriptions are like blonde, tall, white, blonde, brunette. And I was like, is this for real? Like, did I come to the wrong audition? And he was like, oh, no. He's like, sorry. He's like,
we can alter that.
He's like, we can alter that, da-da-da-da. This kid is sounding professional. Like,
he
knows
he got
his
his
shit.
stuff together.
I'm like, okay, this motherfucker got a scholarship to like go to like film school or something. Like, this fucker is smart.
Yes, and then he tells us that he has a relative that works for NBC.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So he's like, I've got like family like in the business, da 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 da. I'm like, okay.
They're gonna fund it all.
He's got the hookup.
So Charlie at this point, he's like, I'm looking for how do I fit the structure in this? Are we going to be filming on a 2-shot? How is this going to be filmed? And we're like, Charlie, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm going to start saying that shit too. So when the guy comes back in, I'm like, hey,
shit.
Yeah. So when the kid comes back in, I'm like, hey, are we doing a 2-shot? And so, anyways. So my nerves have been calmed already because I'm like, you know what, this is legit.
Kid's cool.
This is legit. And you know what?
Cool.
Nobody else is auditioning because I asked him. I go, so have a lot of people that came and auditioned? He goes, no, you guys are it. I'm like, dang, Olivia, we hit jackpot.
We hit the fucking jackpot. We did it.
So he then says to us, he goes, who wants to perform first or audition first? I said, I will. And I go, Olivia, you just watch out, girl. You watch out.
And I was like, okay.
So I go in the back, and he's sitting in a single desk. And I'm literally on this platform, and I'm giving it my all. I'm doing this monologue that I just made up in my head. At one point, I did an English accent. I did a Brooklyn accent. And he is just enthralled and listening to me. And I finished this monologue, and he goes...
No, okay, before we even get there, Michael is giving maybe like 5 to 10 minutes Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like reading everything. I'm
And this
talking
is all-
to Charlie for a little bit.
And this is all why I'm doing my audition.
On the fucking stage, right? In the auditorium. The teacher comes out and she was like, "Hi, I'm sorry, who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, my name is Olivia. This is fucking Charlie. We are here because of this and this." And she was like, "Oh, why are you here?" We're like, "Oh, we're auditioning for the pilot." And she's like, "I'm sorry, what pilot? I don't understand." I was like, "The pilot." And I show her, like,
On your phone.
on my phone, like the actual like fucking thing. And she was like, I don't know what this is or who you guys are, but there is no pilot. And then we're like, "Oh, well, the kid, like, he's leading it." And she was like, "Oh, okay." She goes back into her office. Then she comes back out and she was like,
Are you guys ready for this? Are you ready? If you are drinking wine, beer, go get another one right now. We will wait.
"Get another one."
Okay, go. And by the way, I'm still on stage auditioning, giving my heart out. I am literally auditioning my life away. I am like, he grabbed her with a sensation that he had never seen before.
Ooh.
I know, isn't that good?
So good.
I know.
Just
okay.
give me chills, bitch.
Now back to Olivia's side.
So I'm like, so I get a bad feeling. I'm like, "Oh God, what's she gonna fucking tell me?" So she comes back out and she was like, "This kid that signed up for everything or like posted everything." She's like, "I don't know how he did it. I don't know why he did it." She was like, "He actually is on the spectrum." And me and Charlie are like, "What?"
Spectrum of what?
And so then it clicked. I was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, "Oh my God, Michael is fucking auditioning his heart out to this fucking kid right now. Because this kid is fucking brilliant." And she was like, "He asked me weeks ago if he can create his own play and blah, blah, blah." And she was like, "Sure. Do whatever the fuck you want, kid."
It all started coming together because when we saw the auditions this way, that was for their high school production.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, that wasn't?
It wasn't. He set that shit up.
Oh, he did that?
He set that shit up.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that.
That's why she was like, "What the fuck are these adults doing with these kids?" And then so I'm embarrassed. I'm like,
oh my God, I had no idea.
Shit. Like I was, like when you're like so like shook, like your scalp is like tingling, your stomach is dropping, your butthole's like boop 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 because you're like, "Oh, I'm about to shit my pants." Because I'm like, "Oh no." And
oh my God.
So then she's like, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "I'm gonna call his parents. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." And I was like, okay. Michael comes out.
And
moments later.
I am proud as a peacock, and I'm like, girl, I did it. Olivia,
those feathers are out and ruffling.
So I finished my little monologue. He goes, "Oh my God, that was brilliant. You were amazing." And I'm like, He gave
you a standing ovation.
And I said, "Did I get the part?" He was like, "Absolutely." And I'm like, so I literally come out shaking my fist like, "Yes, girl." And Olivia has this look of dread and kind of like looking at me like, "Michael, no."
I looked at her and I was like, "No, Michael, uh-oh." I was like, "Oh shit,
and I'm like,
oh shit.
This jealous ass bitch, she must have fucking heard me in my audition. She's like, "Oh, why you gotta be hating, Olivia? I'm a goddamn star." And then when we found out that this was all created in his mind.
Yeah, and it was nothing. And she was like, "I am so sorry." And poor Charlie was like, "Oh shit, I just drove fucking 4 hours.
So then she apologizes profusely over and over again. So then the kid comes back into the room, completely different personality.
Yeah.
It's almost like he was a 4-year-old kid that was being scolded, head down, hands holding firmly together, and she's looking at him and she's like, "You need to go right now she said he needed to go somewhere, to my office or something."
Yeah, you need to wait in the office, you need to apologize to them, you need to do this, you need to do that.
Yes.
And he was like, "Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. Completely changed.
Totally different.
So Charlie's like, "I had to drive 4 hours to get here. I got to drive 4 hours back." She goes, "Well, I can get you all free tickets to our play." the one they were gonna have in a couple weeks. Do you remember that?
Oh my god!
I was like,
high
really?
school play. We're
Yeah,
like, no, bitch. We're never gonna see her ass again.
Fuck that. Oh my god. So me and Olivia, we couldn't do nothing but laugh.
We laughed the whole way home. Oh my god, I almost like pissed myself because I was
were bamboozled.
We were
by a high school student. We thought we had hit a pilot. We thought we were about to be on this.
We were like, we thought we were given the shot to even audition for something that was legit. That was it. I wasn't expecting anything from it. For me, for me, it was just like the experience.
Yeah.
Like, this shit for sure was a goddamn experience.
Oh my god! But you know what's really scary?
What?
How easy it took us to get into that school. If you really think about it.
Hey, that was years ago. And times are different now.
Yes.
Thank God.
Thank
Times are different now
Jeez,
to where they don't just let anybody in.
But I'm telling you, so with that being said, it was still a great experience. I wouldn't have changed it.
I wouldn't have changed. Oh my god! I would have changed some other things. I would have not fucking go.
I would have eaten more. I would have eaten more McDonald's and not worried about looking too bloated.
No, but then you'd be farting in my car.
Oh shit! But yeah. So, anyways, and
ever since then, like me and Michael have become best fucking friends.
Yes, I love this bitch. I love everything about her. As a matter of fact, I think I'm in love with you.
Oh,
Olivia.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, anyway. So we wanted to share that story with you, and just a little history of how we met and how we have endured many, many experiences together. Some good, some bad, and some very involving a lot of strippers and dancers.
Oh yeah.
And fog machines, but you did look cute though, even though you had just taken a boo boo.
Thank you. Thank you. I was literally like in my underwear and like this lime green fucking top that I don't know what. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh my god. So we are not giving up. I still want to. And hey, for any producers or directors out there, I don't want an Oscar winning role. I just want to get killed by a serial killer from a machete. You know what I mean? I want to be a person that, that, why are you doing this to us? What do you want?
Put a wig on Michael. Be the hot chick.
Oh my god.
But if you guys have any, I'm sure that there's a lot of people who are listening that have like similar experiences with like either like an audition or something like that. We want to hear about it too. Like,
yeah, let us know.
We fucking laugh at ourselves all the time. And we never take ourselves seriously. Like, fuck it.
Yep, and you can't get through life if you take yourself seriously.
Never.
No, but anyways, I can't wait for more experiences like that with you, Olivia.
Oh my god.
Yes, and so keep on subscribing, people. Keep on clicking on our Instagram. We love you. Thank you so much for listening. And anything else in closing?
Well, once again, thank you so much for listening. And please drop some comments. Tell us like what you want to hear, things like that, what you want us to talk about as well. Of course, we're going to jump back into beauty next week. But if there's anything else like you want to know, fucking ask.
Yep.
We'd love to share.
Peace out.
Bye.